It was a casual morning on Sodor. Well, actually, not so casual, but the engines didn't know that yet. Wake up, everyone! Gordon? Oh, what is it? Your first train in the morning? We go through this every day. I would, but there are people blocking my path. Look over at Knapford Station. A bunch of inspectors in Sir Topham Hatt are standing exactly where I need to be. Huh? Said Thomas. There aren't usually that many people outside of Knapford Station in the morning. Sir Topham Hatt looks very nervous, said Percy. Well, I don't care how nervous he is, said Gordon. They'll have to get out of the way for the first train. Oi! What's that? The man jumped, startled. Don't you know better than to frighten the Queen's workmen? Said the man, and all three inspectors got inside Harold. Goodbye, called Sir Topham Hatt as Harold took off. Hope to see you later. He said as he turned to Gordon. Why not, just for once, can I have a railway with engines that don't get into mishaps all the time? I'm sorry, sir, but it is the first train of the morning, and the passengers would get disappointed if a train did not show up. Yes, Gordon, I understand that. But do you know who those men were? No, sir. They were inspectors for the Queen. The Queen is coming to Sodor again. Really, sir? Peeped Percy. Yes, said Sir Topham Hatt. At least I hope so, after the way Gordon's acted. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I'll get in position for the first train. Yeah, well. We'll need a coach for the Queen when Spencer comes over to give her a tour. Oh, no. These express coaches won't do at all. We need something fancier. Edward, can you find a fancy coach for the Queen in the yard? Right away, sir! Very well. Oh, I just hope everything goes according to plan. Why wouldn't it, sir? No confusion or delay from me here. Nor me, said Henry. Yes, and I do expect every engine to be on their best behavior today. No rambunctious running about like a... Look out! Uh-oh. Like that. Thomas! I'm all right. I'm just all covered in egg dye from the car. Oops, said Vinnie. Oh, dearie dear. What am I to do? Engines derailed. Signals down. Everything splattered in egg dye. Is there anything left? Oops. I'm very, very disappointed in both of you. What will the Queen say? Oh, the indignity. Thomas, we can't have the Queen seeing an engine that looks like that. You must work on Duck's branch line until the Queen has left. But sir! Heh! Silly tank engines. Vinnie! You are the cause of this accident. You are hereby sentenced to your entire job on Sodor being... collecting waste. So... Oh, no. That means I won't get to see the Queen. The rest of you lot, I need you to work harder than ever to get Knapford Station back in order. Gordon, your first train of the morning is cancelled. Fetch Rocky straight away. Some engines need to be put back on the tracks. Very well, sir. Duck was working hard on his branch line when Thomas puffed up. Hello, Duck, said Thomas. What is it, Thomas? You sound a little down. Oh, it's just Sir Topham Hatt. And what did he do? The Queen's visiting Sodor today, Duck, and just because Vinnie sprayed egg dye all over me, Sir Topham Hatt won't let me stay. He thinks I caused the accident, so he sent me here to help with you. Well, I see that truck over there? Yeah. His name's Rickety. He's been giving me some trouble lately. Okay. Come on, Rickety. Whew. Thomas was still moping when he approached a big hill. Sir Topham Hatt doesn't think I can be clean or really useful. Anything wrong? Or at the top of the hill. Brake! Brake! Oh no! He's uncoupled! Oh. Darn it, I can't do anything right. What is it, Thomas? No, Oliver. As you just saw, I can't do anything right today. First I got into an accident with Vinnie, and now this. Sir Topham Hatt sent me away because he doesn't think the Queen will want to see a multicolored engine who can't do anything right. Well, I don't take it that way, said Oliver. They were just at Natford Station, said Toad. From what we heard, Sir Topham Hatt is sorry he had to send you away, but doesn't want the Queen seeing a disorganized railway is all. When you're repainted, maybe you'll get to see the Queen then. All right. The engines waited and waited. Then soon the royal procession sped in. Oh boy, thought Sir Topham Hatt. First an official stepped out of the carriage, and then... Your Majesty, said Sir Topham Hatt. Talking to all the engines, thanking Edward for selecting her coach, talking to Gordon and Henry about the good old days, and meeting some of the newer engines, like Emily and Philip, the Queen was ready to leave again. Then the Queen left. Bye! Bye! Ooh, phew! They're on to the tour of the branch lines next. I just hope everything goes well. I've had more than I can take. After Thomas had gotten Rickety back on the track, he sat and waited. Soon, Duck arrived. Well, this is my last train, and then I gotta go up to Arlesborough. Oh, Duck, if you're going to Arlesborough, I have to warn you. There's a part of the track that hangs loose. The stone there was weakened by an elephant. An elephant? It's a long story. Don't go the way that runs besides the river. Okay, I'll see what I can do.
The Queen was enjoying Spencer's tour around the small branch lines of the... But they didn't realize they were headed towards the section of the branch line that Thomas had warned Duck about. "Oh no!" cried Spencer. "The bridge is broken!" Spencer and his coach, with the Queen in it, were dangling dangerously on the ends of a broken bridge. Meanwhile, Duck was puffing along his branch line until he came to a junction. He said as he looked at the junction ahead of him. "What's that?" "A minute, isn't that the branch line that Thomas warned me about? Spencer and the Queen are dangerously on the broken bridge. I've got to save them." "He called to the signalman, and he raced off onto the junction. "Help!" "Don't worry, Your Highness, I'm here," said Duck as he coupled up to Spencer's coach. Duck's driver fastened the coupling, and Duck slowly began to pull the Queen and Spencer to safety. Slowly but surely, Duck pulled them all to safety. "Phew," said Duck. "That was close." "How can I ever thank you?" said the Queen. "Oh, don't mention it," said Duck. "I'm just happy to be of help." "Who are you?" she said. My name's Montague, but people usually call me Duck. Although, Thomas helped prevent this accident as much as me."
Sir, they're back! Oh? Royal procession puffed in once more, but this time, Duck and Thomas were at the end. Thomas, the tank engine! And Duck, I'm surprised to see you here. What are you doing chasing the Queen's train like this? I should have you sent away from Sodor for disgracing the Queen. Suddenly, one of the doors opened, and out came the Queen. "It's okay, Sir Topham," she said. "These engines saved me and Spencer from a rather nasty accident." "They did..." "Saved? How do you mean?" Duck rescued the train right before it toppled over the edge of a cliff, and Thomas was the one who told Duck where the danger spot was so he could help us. Oh, I see. As of now, Duck and Thomas shall be known as Sir Montague and Sir Thomas. You mean we're knighted? Said Thomas. I believe that's what it means, said Duck. Well, if you excuse me, I must be off again. I must go back to the mainland. Very well. Have a nice trip. Knighted, he said. I suppose I'll have to start calling you Sir now, he said. Heh, I don't mind being called just Thomas, said Thomas. But I do like Sir Montague. It's got a nice ring to it. Sir Montague. Sir Montague. You can go get a new coat of paint at the steamworks now. Awesome! As for me, I think I've had enough scrapes for one day. Gotta get a donut. Yes, a donut. It's all right. Where's this waste dump? I should be getting close soon. Well, I found the waste dump. What kind of a stupid engine would work here? Well, I guess I do now. Ooh, what's that shiny rock? I wonder what it does.